Alright Raiders, stop scrolling for a second because this update quietly changes how Arc Raiders plays, how it feels in fights, and how fair those fights actually are. Update 1.1.11.0 is live right now on all platforms, and while it might look like a small patch at first glance, there's a lot packed into this one that's going to hit both PvP and night raids in a big way. First things first, if you haven't restarted your client yet, do that. This update brings in the Abyss cosmetic set, and whether you're into flexing your look or just like collecting rare sets, this one is definitely going to turn heads topside. But cosmetics aren't the real headline here. The real story is how Arc Raiders is evolving behind the scenes. Because here's the wild part. Arc Raiders has officially passed 12 million copies sold. Let that sink in for a second. This game didn't just grow, it exploded over the holidays. The devs originally planned a reward for hitting 10 million players, and the community blew right past it. So now, as a thank you, anyone who logged in from launch up until January 13th can claim the Gilded Pickaxe Raider tool. This isn't just a cosmetic freebie, it's a milestone item. Years from now, this is going to be one of those you had to be there rewards. Now let's talk balance, because this update directly targets two things that have been shaping the meta more than intended. Starting with the kettle. The fire rate has been reduced from 600 to 450, and the dev note here is important. That higher fire rate was only realistically achievable if you were using macros. That creates an unfair advantage and quietly pushes players toward third-party software just to stay competitive. This change pulls things back into a space where skill and positioning matter more than external tools. If you've ever felt like you were getting melted faster than humanly possible, yeah, this explains a lot. Then there's the Trigger Nade. If you've spent any time in PvP recently, you already know this thing has been dominating fights. Players were favoring it over every other grenade, especially using it as a mid-air trigger weapon. That's getting shut down. The damage falloff has been reworked so the explosion hits hardest closer to the center and drops off more aggressively. On top of that, the detonation delay after triggering has been increased from 0.7 seconds to 1.5 seconds. That's huge. It gives players more time to react, more room to counter, and makes timing those air detonations way harder. Sticky bomb play is still viable, but panic triggering it in mid-air just became a lot riskier. So the question is, does this finally open the door for other grenades to matter? Are we about to see more variety in PvP loadouts? Or will players just adapt and find the next dominant strategy? There's also a fix that a lot of people are going to pretend they never benefited from. A keycard exploit has been patched, preventing players from keeping room keys after using them. That change alone is going to affect loot flow, high-value room farming, and long-term progression. It's a quiet fix, but it closes a loophole that was definitely impacting the economy. And then there's Stella Monte's Night Raid. Lighting has been lowered in some areas, making flashlights and audio awareness way more important. This is one of those changes that doesn't just affect visibility, it affects tension. Night raids are supposed to feel dangerous. You're supposed to listen, hesitate, and second-guess every shadow. This pushes the mode closer to that survival horror edge that Arc Raiders does so well. So let me ask you this. How do you feel about the Trigger Nade nerf? Was it overdue? Or do you think it's going to swing too far the other way? Are you happy to see the kettle brought back into a fairer space? Or were you enjoying the chaos? And that night raid lighting change, does it make the experience better or just more stressful? This update might not be massive on paper, but it's one of those patches that signals where the game is headed. Fairer fights, less reliance on exploits or macros, and more emphasis on awareness and decision-making. And with 12 million raiders out there now, those choices matter more than ever. If this breakdown helped you out, make sure to like the video, subscribe to ManaWar Gaming, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update, breakdown, or deep dive. Arc Raiders is moving fast, and you don't want to be the last one catching up. See you topside.